Hello viewers, my name is Samuel Percival, and this is my review of the 2016 psychological horror film, Split, directed by M. Night Shyamalan, and its depiction of dissociative identity disorder. To summarize the film's plot, Split begins with three girls, Claire, Marcia, and Casey, as they get kidnapped by a man with multiple personality disorder. Two of the man's 23 personalities, Dennis and Patricia, are the ones responsible for girls' kidnappings, with the intention of ridding the world of the impure. Impure being defined as those who have not incurred trauma in their lives. This plays into the man's origin, whose full name is Kevin Wendell Crumb, as the abuse he suffered at the hands of his mother is what caused him to develop his multiple personalities. The movie then intercuts between scenes of the girls' attempts at escape, with brief scenes of Claire's past, how she trained as a hunter under her dad, and later heard the catalyst for her uncle's abuse. The movie's B-plot then revolves around Crumb's meetings with his therapist, Dr. Fletcher, who slowly begins to unravel Dennis and Patricia's plans. One of Dr. Fletcher's main theories in the film is that dissociative identity disorder is capable of changing a person's physiology and physical traits based on the personality and control. This theory is confirmed when in the film's climax, the Beast, Crumb's 24th secret personality, finally emerges, having skin hard enough to break knives and shrug off multiple point-blank shotgun shells. The Beast then proceeds to crush Dr. Fletcher and cannibalize Claire and Marcia. Just before he manages to kill Casey, though, he witnesses the numerous scars on her shoulder and belly caused by her abusive uncle. This makes the Beast stop his pursuit of her, as he recognizes that she too has suffered a deep trauma and is therefore pure. The film ends with Casey being rescued, the Beast retreating to hide and heal, and a cameo that makes no sense if you didn't watch M. Night Shyamalan's other film, Unbreakable. As already stated, Crumb suffers from dissociative identity disorder, a mental health disorder characterized by the presence of at least two distinct personalities called alters inside a person with their own thoughts, feelings, and behavior. Each alter has their own memory, causing memory gaps in each alter as they switch between personalities and sets of memories. According to DSM-5, the leading cause of dissociative identity disorder in early childhood trauma is earlier childhood trauma between 6 and 5 years old, with examples including rape, violence, neglect, severe bullying, or other types of traumatic experience, accounting for 90% of the cases for dissociative identity disorder. While DID is incapable of being treated directly, psychotherapy techniques like cognitive behavioral therapy, or also called CBT, dialectical behavior therapy, or DBT, and hypnosis help regulate and control the emotions of the alters. The film itself accurately portrays a few of the ideas listed above, from Crumb's abusive childhood causing his dissociative identity disorder, and his memories not perfectly carrying over between personality switches. This is where the similarities end, though, as Split, while a decent film, does a horrible job in portraying dissociative identity disorder accurately. Besides the fact that it portrays those with DID having a violent and psychotic manner, it also heavily leans on the notion that changing alters has a physical effect on your body. While changing personalities has been observed to have a slight effect on a person's abilities, nothing significant occurs. The most blatant example of this is the aforementioned bullet-resistant skin and hulking figure of the Beast, but other instances include the alter Jade having diabetes, whereas Crumb's other alters don't. Clearly, such extreme characteristics are movie fiction, having more in common with superpowers than actual psychology, which makes sense given the world the film takes place in is one with actual superheroes. However, this still doesn't excuse the film doing an atrocious job at portraying dissociative identity disorder accurately. In conclusion, if you wish to glean any knowledge of dissociative identity disorder from this film, I'd advise you to look elsewhere.